Welcome to the Rudick Report. Today is January 6, 2023. I want to touch on a recent story reported by NBC and, of course, countless other news outlets. But I think this story has much more importance than most are aware. So the story goes something like this. Madison Square Garden uses facial recognition cameras to refuse a Girl Scouts mom entry to the Rockettes show. A lawyer who works at a firm involved in a litigation against MSG Entertainment has been booted from the Radio City Music Hall in New York after she was targeted using facial recognition. Kelly Conlon, 44, was chaperoning her 9-year-old daughter's Girl Scout troop to see the Rockettes' Christmas spectacular last month when she was flagged and asked to leave the venue. The Girl Scout mother was then forced to spend 90 minutes wandering around outside in the rain while her daughter watched the show despite holding a ticket, as reported by the New York Post. Madison Square Garden CEO James Dolan has allegedly banned anyone who works for any firm that has a suit against any of his holdings, including the Knicks, Rangers, Radio City, MSG, and various restaurants, the outlet reported. Kelly Conlon, who is not directly linked to any case against MSG, but is an associate with a New Jersey-based law firm, described the experience as embarrassing and mortifying. It was simultaneous to me going through the metal detector that I heard over the intercom or loudspeaker calling me out directly. They knew my name before I told it to them, and they knew the firm I was associated with. But Conlon argued that she posed no threat, but the guards still kicked her out with the explanation that they knew she was an attorney. A spokesman for MSG Entertainment said in a statement to NBC New York that they instituted a straightforward policy. While we understand this policy is disappointing to some, we cannot ignore the fact that litigation creates an inherently adverse environment. Conlon said that she was just a mother taking her daughter to see the Christmas show and explained that she had no choice but to wait outside. Taking a mother, separating a mother from her daughter and Girl Scouts she was watching over to do it under the pretext of protecting the disclosure of litigation information is absurd. The fact that they're using facial recognition to do this is frightening. It's un-American to do this. A spokesman for MSG reiterated in a statement that safety is their highest priority and that facial recognition is just one of the methods they use. MSG Entertainment also said that it's confident that their policy follows all applicable laws. While the story is unfortunate and will no doubt be revisited in the courtroom, the bigger picture here is that Big Brother is watching. Think about it. A mother is taking her child to see a show in New York, and a facial recognition program flags her, singles her out publicly and in front of her family and friends, humiliating her, and then proceeds to interview her knowing all pertinent information about her before she even opens her mouth. This should frighten each and every one of us. The fact of the matter is, you are being watched. You need to be mindful of your digital footprint. I know some will say, hey, I have nothing to hide, so let them surveil whatever they want. But I would argue that you do have something to hide, and that's your privacy. These idiots have no more right to film you and gather intel on you than you do filming them. How about you bring a camera into Madison Square Garden and start filming there? When you get stopped, just tell them, hey, it's my policy to film everywhere I go. It's nonsense, and the more you let these Gestapos get away with it, the more your rights will be eroded. There is a price for freedom, and we should all not let it go easily. It would be interesting to see people wearing masks when they go into MSG, throwing off their facial recognition program completely. That would be great to see. It'd be awesome if thousands of people all over the city were wearing face masks so their identities could not be identified. It's time people wake up and realize what is going on around them. It's time to make your voices heard, and the best way to do that is to hit them in the wallet and stop supporting them. Boycott these venues until they change their policies. Thank you for listening, and until next time, this is the Rudick Report.